Is the nail business recession proof? This is a really great topic, and for people that are interested in getting into the business, I think you're going to want to see this one. We're going to dive right into it right now on the Biz Talk. I wish I was Tracey Proof. It was kind of funny. I'm pat myself on the back for that one. I just thought of it right now.
I can go home.
Please.
Sweet.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes we work, well, not sometimes. I think the last 60 days we've been working extremely late. And I think one time I looked at Tracey and I'm like, hey, you can go home. And before I finished my sentence, she just gave me a look like, don't you ever tell me to go home. Ever. Don't tell me what. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to not say anything. So
I like it when you don't say anything. It's my favorite time. Dude,
that's just not going to happen because you know, and everybody else knows that I just blah, 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 blah. I can just talk for years. So it's not going to happen.
We know.
So for people that are interested in the nail business, okay, and have thought about getting in the nail business, this is a good topic for you. Mm-hmm. So is the nail business, generally speaking, is it recession proof? Very interesting right now, right? Because a lot of salons aren't even allowed to operate right now. So is it pandemic proof? No, because obviously they were shut down by a lot of states, a lot of governors, although, you know, a lot of states are starting to open up.
Right.
Outside of that extreme situation, generally speaking, Tracey, what have you seen? You've been a nail professional for a lot of years. You've been a salon owner, so you've been through these cycles.
Yep.
What is your? I can speak to it on the manufacturing side, what we see, you know, supplying salons, but your perspective is this is going to be good because you've been through these things.
Yep. I think this actually came from someone online asking this question, and she's specifically mentioned the 2008 recession.
Okay.
Which I was doing nails then
during that time.
And I can tell you, didn't miss a beat. And
that was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Financial, just our economy got crushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people got crushed, including ourselves. I mean, my husband was in construction. So, but as far as the nail part, nothing. It was very, very good. People still want to get their nails done. I had distribution also. That was in full swing, not a problem.
Why do you think that? Because I think a lot of people would be somewhat surprised, you know, that's the case. Why do you think that is? Like, you're talking about 07, 08, where it was, I mean, the whole world, world economy basically came crashing down. Banks, construction, like you said.
Yeah.
Why did your salon? I think this was
thinking back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have to go back. I didn't have a salon in 2008.
Oh, you did not have a salon in 2008.
I was doing distribution.
Okay, so then you saw it from that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was thinking I had at that time that I was doing both, but no, it was just distribution.
What about in early 2000s?
Early 2000s, not a problem.
Okay, so you must have been thinking about, I think in 2001, there was a recession, 9/11.
9/11, yes.
And then the dot-com bubble, and then also there was a bunch of corporate, it was a giant mess. Yeah. I know that.
I remember a lot of people being afraid, especially because of the 9/11.
9/11, yeah. So we got hit. So you did not. So that's probably what you were thinking about.
Yeah. 2008, I could talk about it through a distribution part, and the nail techs I was dealing with. In 2001, I was doing nails, and again, nothing. I didn't miss a beat. I was worried about it.
Yeah.
Because that was 4 years after I got my license, so I hadn't been through one with nails. You know, people would always tell me, "Oh, don't worry, nails is recession proof," and I'm like, "It's a luxury," you know, in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, so I really thought that maybe it would hit, but it was really true. I noticed my esthetician friends, massage, it was hit.
Yeah.
They were hit.
Yeah.
But when it came to nails, it's at a price point that people still are like, I want to feel good. And nails do that for people. Like if you're wearing sweats, hair in a bun, it don't matter. You look down, your nails are good. You just feel better. And I think that's why people were still getting, I had people come in and go, I can't afford to pay rent. I don't know what they expected the answer from me to be. I'm like, okay, great.
That'll be
because I need to pay my rent.
Right.
You know, because to me, nails are not a necessity. So if you're coming to me, you have to pay me.
Of course.
So you're making it a necessity for yourself, and you're making that decision. You're an adult. You make your own decisions. But yeah, didn't have a problem. Had a complete full clientele.
You know, it's kind of like maybe it's a very, very, I mean, you said it, it's a low expense, something that you can still treat yourself. And the thing is that during a recession, it can be depressing, right? A lot of people are going to feel depressed, especially if you got laid off, you're out, out of a job or whatever the situation is. You might want to just step out for a little bit. Like if you go to a bar and you're like, I need to blow off some steam because this is you're going to spend hundreds of dollars easily at a bar with a couple friends buying a round or two. If you go to the salon, you're going to spend less on that. There's no question. And at least you get to relax. And then you've got something that you can look down.
Enjoy for a couple weeks. Yeah. People might stretch their appointments. But there was no lack of clientele. And the same thing in 2008. Very, very concerned. Back then I lived in Redding. I mean, that is a construction town. And again, it hit my family because my husband was in construction at the time. So that, again, very worried, but nail techs were very busy. Yeah. Very busy.
I think also there's some statistic of like nail polish sales actually increased during a recession. So the whole thing is, I think, like looping back around, somebody was asking the question, were they looking to get into the industry? Was that the deal?
Yeah, they were looking to get out of the corporate world, move into the nail industry, but a little concerned, obviously, and I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But I from my point of view, I would have no problem saying it's still a very great, as soon as it opens up, profession, and that I don't think you will be affected by it once it opens up.
Yeah. The thing is you can't, like, I don't think someone should necessarily judge, like, do I get in this career because of the pandemic? This is a very, like, rare situation. Will salons change? Yes. In my opinion, I think there's going to be a big increase in salon suites because it is one-on-one situation. And I think that is an environment that is going to do well, I think, for clients and even for nail professionals who, if you don't want to be in a salon where there's like 50, 60 people come in and out constantly, that may be a good choice for you. If you're just starting out, that's probably a good way to look. If let's say your state has opened up, if it were me, that's what I would look at, Trace. I would look at, let me find a salon suite. Let me have my own room. Let me minimize exposure. I would probably get a plexiglass, maybe, like something.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, would I get that or would I not? I think I would.
Would you?
I don't like them.
I don't like them either.
Very upset about it. It would ruin my look.
Yeah.
But for a little bit, I probably would.
For a little bit. I'm not saying it's permanent, situation, but maybe just for a little bit, like just to make clients feel
now,
comfortable.
If I could black it out and then use it with you,
then it'd be perfect.
Be amazing.
Yeah. Like, have you seen those bathrooms where you go in and you close the door and it's like, whoosh, and then, so you have that only for when I come in. You have the Habib button where you click it and it just, it's
perfect.
But I really think you should look. The bottom line is, if you have always loved the nail industry but never did it because maybe, people have encouraged you not to for whatever reason. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. You went corporate, you hate your job, whatever that is, and you just have this passion for nails, you should get into nails. Yeah. I'm just a huge believer in you should be doing like what your heart is telling you. And finances they really are a secondary thing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make money, you have to live. 100% you got to do that, right? That's life. But it shouldn't, direct what you do with your time 100%. There's got to be balance, Jesus, before this company, before we had success with the Young Nails, my God, everything that I chose, I was living in a crappy apartment for years, because I was trying to be a musician. I was going that direction, and it did not work out. I was always broke, constantly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when I came on board the Young Nails, because the business wasn't doing good, and I figured, let me see if I can help out. We were still broke for many years, but right. I fell in love with business. It was like, passion. The passion. I was like, this is really kind of interesting. And obviously we're trying to get out of that situation. But in the end, if you're loving doing nails and you're in corporate, dude, you should do nails. Well,
and it might be a really good time because a lot of these schools are doing it through the web.
Right.
I'm like,
that's pretty awesome, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And the thing is that I think you can, as long as you're learning the proper disinfecting sanitation, like, you get those down. A lot of the stuff you can learn from YouTube, right? We have over 1,000 videos. You can learn business, you can learn technique, you can learn pretty much everything, like, right here on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So a lot of resources available today from home. I think it's good. Awesome. Let us know what your thoughts are on this topic in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Tracey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week on the Biz Talk.